Hello guys, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Emmanuel. In this tutorial, we are going to be creating the sample of food flyer we have on our screen here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new to this channel, kindly subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell notification icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. Without further ado, let's get started. Now the first thing we want to do is to create our design canvas, and to do that, we'll click on this default option here to have a default page, and then we'll head on to the three dot on the top right corner of our screen, and then we'll head on to image size and we'll impute the size. The size for our design is going to be 1748 pixels by 2480 pixels. It's an A5 flyer, so we'll click on it and then we'll click OK. So we'll delete the text option here and we'll press the plus option, and then we'll go to shape, and then we'll impute a rectangle here and we'll scale it up like this. We'll scale it up to fit our page, and then we'll click OK. So we want to lock it to put it in place so that it doesn't move when we're designing. So we'll lock it in place, and then we'll bring in our chicken background here. So we'll head on to the plus option from gallery, and then we'll locate the image we have there. So we'll locate it and then we'll have it here. So I'll adjust it a bit and then I'll place it here, and then it's perfect. So the next thing we want to do is to impute the yellow divider we have there. So we'll head on to the plus option, and then from our gallery, and then we'll locate it from our gallery. We'll have it here, and then we'll just crop it a little bit so that it will be easy for us to work with, and then we'll bring it here like this, and then we'll drag it out like this. We'll drag it out like this, and then we'll place it. Place it somewhere here like this. It's okay. So the next thing we want to do is to max out the remaining area down here. So we'll head on to our tools option, and then we'll locate the max option. So we'll drag it so we're just trying to place it properly so that it doesn't max out an important place there. So we'll max it out, and then we'll click OK. So we'll head on to our layer here and we'll lock them to keep them in place. So the next thing we want to do is to add our logo. So we are going to be using the Chicken Republic logo, but this design is not for Chicken Republic. This is as a disclaimer. So we'll head on to the plus option, and then from gallery we'll locate the logo, and then we'll select it, and then I would like to crop it a bit. Crop it like this, and this way. So okay, so we'll scale it down a bit so that it fits properly to our design, and then we'll place it somewhere here like this, and then we're going to give it a shadow so that it pops up very well. So we'll give it a shadow, and I think it's okay. So the next thing we want to do is to add the other noun label. So we'll head on to the plus option here, and then from gallery we'll locate the other noun label, and which is this. Then we'll place it, and then we'll scale it down a bit to make it a bit smaller, and then we'll place it somewhere around here. We'll scale it up a bit, and then we'll also give it a shadow. So we'll also give it a shadow as well, but we'll reduce the blur radius to around 5 pixels, and then we'll click on OK. So we'd like to lock them to put them in place so that they don't move when designing. So the next thing we want to do is to add another background to this white background here, a line kind of background there. So we'll head on to the plus um, icon here, and then from our gallery we'll locate it, and I think I have it here. Yeah, so I'll click on it and then I have it here. But if you notice, it's on top of our yellow background, and we don't want it that way. So we'll just place it, and then we'll head up to our layers here, and then we'll have it up. So we'll drag it, we'll hold it, and we'll drag it all the way down here, and then we'll drop it, and then we'll exit. So the next thing we want to do is to, let's scale it up a bit again. Let's scale it up a bit, and then we'll have it here like this. So we'll change the color of these lines to something greenish. So we'll select it and we'll go to color. We'll activate the color and we'll look for something green, and then we'll select it, and then we'll reduce the opacity down to about 50%, and then we'll click on OK. So the next thing we want to do is to add the super creepy title. So we'll head on to the plus icon here. We'll add a brush stroke, because that's where we want to have our write up. So I have a brush stroke on the files I have here, so I will select it, and then this is it. I have it, and then I'll place it, and then I'll bring it down. I'll scale it a bit, and then place it properly. I'll rotate it a bit. I'll rotate it a bit like this, and then I'll change the color from this to a red color, and then I'll click on OK. So the next thing I want to do is to add the title. I head onto the plus option, text, and then I drag it down here, and then I double click and I type in all caps. So we have super crispy, and then we'll click on OK. So we'll place it here, and then we'll select the text option and we'll head on to font. So we'll change the font from this to, this is the default font on Pixellap. So we'll change it to this, and then we'll want to curve it a bit. So select the curve option, and then we'll curve it like this, and then we'll reduce the size a little bit. So reduce the size a little bit to 35, and then we'll place it over here, and I think it's perfect. So the next one we want to do is to group the two layers together. So we'll head on to our layer options here, and then we'll select this option, and we'll select the two together, and then we'll merge them together so that they become a single layer. So we'll place it over here, and the next thing we want to place is to place our menu. So we'll be having three menus: chicken pie, fried pie, and prawns. So we'll head on to the plus option here, and we'll head on to shapes, and we'll change it from a square to a circle, and then we'll place it here, and we'll change the color so that we'll see what we're doing, and we'll click OK. So we'll scale it up like this, and then we'll select the shape option and we'll copy it to duplicate. We'll have it, and we'll copy it again to duplicate, and we'll also have it like this. So the next thing we want to do is to add the images. So we'll select the cycle, and then we'll head on to texture, and we'll select an image from our gallery. So we'll be using this. We'll enable this maintain ratio so that it doesn't break in between. So we'll also give it a stroke. So we'll select a stroke, and then we'll give it a yellow stroke. I will increase the size of the stroke to about 6 pixels, and then we'll click on OK. So we'll select the second circle, and then we'll head on to we'll head on to the texture as well, and then we'll select the texture. Let's use this. So we'll give it a stroke as well, and the size will be 6 like this. And we'll select the third one, I will head on to texture. I will select an image. Let's use this. So we'll just crop it out like this, and then we'll have it like this. And then we'll head on to stroke. We'll enable the stroke, give it a color, and then we'll increase it to 6, and we'll click on OK. So the next thing we want to do is to add the sizes. But before we add the sizes, let's align it, and then we'll group them together so that they don't move. So we'll select the align option, and then we'll place it under here properly, and then we'll now select our object, and then we'll move them to align properly. So we have them this way, and then we'll take off the alignment, and then we'll group them together so that they don't move. So we'll merge them, and then we'll have them as a single item here. So we'll place them, and we want to add the price. So we'll head on to the plus option and shapes. Then we'll change the shape from a square to a circle, and then we'll also change the fill color to red, and then we'll reduce it all the way like this. Then we'll now place it. We'll use this positioning option to allow us place it properly. So we'll use the positioning option, and then we'll place it somewhere here, and then we'll duplicate it, and then we'll use this relative positioning to bring it down like this, and then we'll use the positioning option to place it properly. So we'll bring it down. So we'll duplicate it again as well, and then we'll bring it down for the third one. And we'll have it like this. So we'll add our price. So we'll head to the plus option, and then text, and then we'll add the price. We'll have this for $5, and then we'll select the text option. I will make it bold. Come to style, and we'll make it bold, and we'll check, and then we want to bring it down so that it will be on top of this circle here. So we'll have it on top of our circle. So we reduce the size of the text to 25 pixels, and then we'll place it properly. So we'll copy it, duplicate it, and then bring it down for this. and then we'll place it over there, and then we'll double click to change it. This is going to be $8. We'll duplicate this as well, and then we'll bring it down, use the positioning option, and then we'll place it on top of our circle. Perfect. So we'll mesh them together so that we don't so that they don't move while we are designing. So we'll just mesh them together to become a single layer. Select them and we'll merge. Perfect. So the next thing we want to add is the name for each item. So we'll head on to the plus icon here, and we'll click on text, and then we'll drag it and we'll type the first name is a chicken pie. And we'll click OK, and we'll change the color from white to black, and we'll head on to style and we'll make it bold, and then we'll come to size and we'll reduce the size to 15, and then we'll bring it down. So we'll duplicate it, copy, and then we'll bring it down. So this is fried chicken. And then we'll also duplicate it and we'll bring it down. So this is going to be prawns, and then we'll position it properly. Perfect. So we'll lock the layer so that we'll put them all in place and they don't have to move while we're working. So now that we're done with it, the next thing we want to add is the text. We serve the best and affordable meal, so we'll head on to the plus option and then text, change, let's tap it, and then let's type it. On affordable meals, full stop. And we'll have other menus, includes cakes, comma, meat pie, beef, continental and intercontinental dishes, full stop. So we have it here. So we'll change the color to red and we'll drag it to have it like this, and then we'll head on to the alignment option. I'll align it to the center, and then we'll reduce the size to 20, and I will increase the spacing, letter spacing, to 4 pixels, and we'll leave it that way. So the next thing we want to do is to add the open and closing time. So we'll head on to the plus option here and we'll add a text, and we'll type open daily. I'll click on OK, and then we'll head on to font, change the font to something bolder. We'll use this. I'll click on OK, and we'll change the color from white to black, and then we'll click on OK. I'll bring it down, and then we'll reduce the size to 25, and we'll have it. And then we'll add another text again, and then this time around we'll add the time from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and then we'll click on OK, and we'll drag it down, and we'll change the color from white to red, and we'll click on OK, and we'll reduce the size to about 20. I'll place it close to this, and then we'll group them together. So select this and this, and then we'll merge them together, and we have them together. So the next thing we want to add is a separation line, so that we'll be able to add our social media handle. So we'll head on to the plus option, and we'll add a shape, and then we'll change the color to black, and maybe let me change it to yellow. So I'll adjust it this way. It's going to be a thin line, so we'll have it this way, and then we'll bring it down, positioning, take it up like this, and then we'll bring this down, and the next thing we want to add is our social media handle, and we're going to add our WhatsApp number and our Facebook page. So we'll add an icon first, the gallery, and then let's locate the icon. We have our WhatsApp icon here, so we'll crop this down like this, and then we'll click on OK, and we'll scale it down. We'll scale it down like this, and then let's place it somewhere here, and we'll add the second icon, which is the Facebook icon. So crop this down like this, and then we'll crop it down like this, and then we'll click on OK, and then we'll resize it like this. And we have it. So the next thing we want to do is to place it properly. So we'll select the positioning option, and then we'll just position it somewhere here, but we'll still align it. So add a text. So we're going to add our number, and I'm going to use a dummy number here. So let's say 010 dash this dash this dash this. So we have our number here. So we'll change the color from this to black. Let's change it to black, and then we'll reduce the size to somewhere about 20, or let's say 22, and then the spacing, the word spacing, and that we have it, we'll place it here, and then we'll copy this, and then we'll bring it down here like this, and then we'll change it. So this is your Facebook ID. Facebook ID, or let me just add my Facebook. You can search me on Facebook at Emmanuel. Now let me add my page name, and as concept. So we'll align it. So we have them, so we'll group them together as well. Oh, we'll just group them together so that they are just there as a single layer. So now we have it, and then let me undo it because it's like this is not properly placed. So we'll group them together now. So you can see that everything is looking nice and good, and we've come to the end of this tutorial. So kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification icon, and in case you have a special video you want us to do, you kindly comment in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.